Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My big passion is books, and while it's not all that's going to be on my channel, it is a big passion of mine, is what I enjoy spending my free time doing. So I absolutely am going to be talking about books on this channel because I don't really have anyone to do that in real life with. So I'm going to do it with you all. And I figured I'd start my first book focused video by doing the Booktube Newbie Tag, even though I don't know if you can technically consider me BookTube, since my channel will be not just books, but I'm going to do it anyway. So first question of the Booktube Newbie Tag: why did you start this channel? The reason I started this channel is because I want to document this journey of mine as I try to focus on reduction in my consumerism, focus on ways that I can give back to my community, and a big part of that is through educating myself and really just have a space to let out some of the frustrations and feelings I have as I'm reading books. And so I figured a YouTube channel would be a good way to do that. And besides, everyone and their mother has a YouTube channel now, so I just wanted to be on trend. So the next question: what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to BookTube? So again, I think for me, my focus is a lot on trying to educate myself. There's a lot going on in the world, and while I know there's definitely places with nonfiction on BookTube, a lot of the ones, at least I have found, they're either male dominated, where it's Roman Empire, or it's celebrity memoir. And I am neither. I am trying to understand capitalism and colonialism and deconstruct a lot of what I've been taught as someone who lives in the United States, understanding the US's impact on the world. So a big chunk of my books that I will be reading will be focused on nonfiction, but still the majority of the books I read are actually fiction. Both nonfiction and fiction have a place to teach us and help educate us. And so I think that is something, at least that I think is fairly unique in the perspective that I want to bring on my channel. What are you most excited for this new channel? For me, it's again just having a release on, as I'm learning things, a place to just kind of let it out. Also being able to share what I'm learning, maybe have some book recommendations for folks like myself that are starting this journey. So I hope that I can provide that. And then additionally, with the other content that I want to provide, which is really focused on how to be more sustainable in the choices I make, reduce my consumerism, knowing that my money right now towards genocide and how it has historically in the past gone to hurt other communities. So learning how I can reduce my negative impact on the world while also increasing my positive impact on my community. What do you love about reading? What I love about reading is that I can learn about experiences that are different from my own. I am not someone that looks to books for escapism. I'm actually the opposite. I look for books that are going to challenge me, both nonfiction and fiction. I want perspectives that are different than my own. I want life experiences that are different from my own. I want to read books that are going to challenge how I view the world. And I think that's what I love about reading, is they can do that. What book or series got you into reading? I know I read as a kid, I think it was the Matchbox Children or something. I think it was a series, and I definitely remember reading Sweet Valley High when I was a kid, and the Babysitter's Club. Obviously my book taste has changed a lot since then, but those are kind of series that I remember reading when I was younger. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I think the questions I would ask my favorite booktubers, especially ones that have full-time jobs and do this, I guess I know how is just you prioritize it, just like I prioritize reading. People wonder how I read so many books a year, because it's what I enjoy, so I prioritize it. So I don't know. I don't know what I would ask my favorite booktubers. I would just say I appreciate you all, because love the booktubers have exposed me to so many unique books that I wouldn't maybe have found otherwise, and I find them entertaining and I learn lots. And if some of your favorite booktubers have Patreons or channel memberships, that maybe give your money towards those creators whose work you enjoy versus big corporations like a Netflix or Amazon or whatnot. Not saying, or do both. Recognize the work that your favorite booktubers put into making their channels. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Consistency. I hope that I can stay consistent in posting at least 1 to 2 videos a week. Keep in mind that it'll be partially books, but then also as I'm trying to can and garden and create more of a sustainable lifestyle, it'll just be being consistent, because I know it's going to take I'll be really good for a while, and then it'll be like 1 week where I like get sick or I go on vacation or something, and then it'll be hard to get back in the flow. So I think being consistent will be my biggest challenge. When did you start reading? I don't know. I know I've had ebbs and flows. When I was younger, I definitely was an introvert. I didn't have a lot of friends in school. I was the kid on the bus reading a book, not talking to anybody. And then when I got a little bit older, I was away from books for a while, and that wasn't my focus. I was hanging out with friends and being young. And so I took kind of a break from reading. And then within the last 5 or so years, I would say I've gotten back into reading. Where do you read? Reading is my favorite hobby. I prioritize it, so I will read anywhere and everywhere. I read in bed, on the couch, coffee shop. Equally, I do also listen to audiobooks, so I'll do that while I'm doing chores or while I'm on walks. So pretty much whenever I have a free moment, I will try to read. So it doesn't matter when, doesn't matter where, I do it all the time. What kind of books do you like to read? I like books that are going to challenge my views, give me unique perspectives. I do read a lot of like social horror, a good amount of like lit fic, but authors that don't have similar life experiences as myself. I read sometimes I read thrillers, and mysteries is more like a palate cleanser. Like on audiobook, those tend to be what I read on audiobook. And I want to increase my amount of nonfiction. And I'm just hungry to learn. And it feels like that I turn over a rock about American history or America's involvement in places around the world and capitalism. It just unravels something else that I want to learn more about. Now that topic or that place or America's involvement there, better understand how I can definitely take those learnings and like actually apply them to help my community. What does your book collection look like? So there's a little bit behind me. So I've like this way. So I've got some nonfiction here. This stack in particular are like my priority stack. I'm not a huge book buyer. I tend to buy books after I've read them that I know I'm going to want to reread, or ones that have been like recommended that I know I'm going to want to annotate. So that tends to be the books I buy. Over here is a lot of horror books that I've either got on discount. I mean, some of these are like my husband's like Disney books, but a lot of horror that I've either got on discount. And then I have like one auto-buy author that it doesn't really matter what he writes, but Stephen Graham Jones, that he's pretty much the only like auto-buy author for me, is because he's Stephen Graham Jones. And I will read everything, if I can get my hands on it, anything he's put out and anything that he is coming. He is a pre-order auto-buy author for me, and probably the only one that I can think of. In the next week or so, I do want to do a book haul from the library. Please like, subscribe, comment some of your favorite books. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see. Let me know how you're doing. It's a tough time out there, but I hope you're vibing and thriving, and I'll see you next time. Bye.